Longhaultanker here, and I'm doing a little special edition from the inside of the cab of my truck, and this is going to be a little short helpful tips sort of video that I've got in mind to do here. It's just not going to be long at all. There was a thread today on the shaving cadre that I want to address using a video. And I'll type out a few words as well, but using a video. Oh, by the way, it is it's April the 7th at about 3:15 Pacific time, and I am stopped at the Love's Truck Stop in Boardman, Oregon, on my way to Portland, 2.5 hours to the west of me right now. Okay, so the title or of the thread is Straight Razors, Water, and Rust, and it was initially submitted by Novice Wet Shaver, and there's only one reply right now from Lukey 3262, otherwise known as Matt. And Matt does a good job in addressing the question. The question is, how can I best protect my straight razor and the pin area? He says that he leaves it laying out after he's done. He lets it air dry and so forth. For you guys that live at home, you have all the luxury. I say that's right. By the way, I'm not trying to insult or embarrass anybody by calling out names, but I'm just dealing with the facts in front of me, and I want to address them. This is a pet interest, if not concern, if not an outright peeve of mine, because I watch all these videos. I watch this guy from Sweden. I watch this guy from, I believe, Germany, maybe Spain. Anyway, I watch these guys all around the world. That's all I got is time to sit up here in the cab of this truck and watch these shaving videos, which I love to do. And even some of these guys from the US that I watch. And here's what I want you to picture in your mind right now. I want you to picture, remember the old Andy Griffith show? Our dear beloved sweet Aunt B. I want you to picture Aunt B in your mind, maybe even Barney. I'll get to that in a second. But picture Aunt B in your mind doing just this and say, you need to stop that. Or as Barney Fife would say, nip it in the bud. Now, the real question I have as I'm looking at the postings there about keeping water out of the pin area, why do you have your razor anywhere near water to begin with? Hello? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being myself. Keep the razor away. Don't do that. So if you're shaving and you're rinsing your edge underneath running water from the faucet, or you're dipping it in the basin, rinsing off don't do that. Keep yourself a washcloth. You got a blade full of lather, just wipe it off. It's dry. Now, you might see behind me, hanging right here, those are my washcloths that I take in with me, economizing space in the truck. And that's what I use to wipe off my blade. I set it aside if I'm putting more lather on, and I set it on this towel, just like that. So how is water getting anywhere near that razor when I'm at the sink? So with that said, keep the razor away from water. Do not rinse it off under running water at the faucet. That's the best way to protect. That's nipping the problem in the bud before it ever even becomes a problem. Now, while I'm in the truck, let's assume that I have done my post-shave cleanup. I've stropped my razor. And so now I've got my little bottle of oil, baby oil, Johnson & Johnson's Walmart brand. It's mineral oil. And I've never seen anybody say that this is not good. And I will say this too, in 7 years on the road, in the truck, using my leather roll-ups to transport and carry my my razors. I do this every day, or every time I shave. And so I just drop 2 or 3 little drops of oil. I don't know if you can see that on there. Yeah, there you can see it. And I just use my finger, up and down, up and down. You don't run your finger across the edge. That wouldn't be helpful, would it? But I do get it over the edge. Now, so I come up, I come up, I come up, I come up, and out, up and out, up and out, up and out. And I have never cut my fingers. Of course, I was raised around knives and pocket knives, and my dad, being in Oregon, I'm remembering all my days in the mountains, when, Boy Scouting and backpacking and camping out. And so now I rub my finger around the pin area. You've got oil that's going to run down the shank of the and tang of the razor down into the pin area. And frankly, if you wanted to, you could put, I don't know if you can see it, you can put more on. You can put as much oil, as is prudent to do so. And I'm doing this below the camera, sorry about that. And so now I've got it nice and oiled up. I close it up. If I'm using one of my this is the Union razor that I use to shave my head with, and I usually keep it stored in one of the Thiers Assard leather sheaths, and so now it's ready. And it takes, going back to my regular razors and my leather roll-up, it takes me approximately 6 months to rotate through all 6 of my roll-ups and shave with my razors, and so they can sit in there for 6 months and nothing. I've only had a problem in 7 years with one razor, and it was a gold dollar, and it developed a little bit of rust up on top of the spine. I have yet to figure out how and why that happened, but there's always the exception, I suppose. But in 7 years with all my razors, I've only had one rusting occurrence. All my razors are in well-oiled, well-preserved condition, and that's all I want to say. So just remember Aunt B telling you, don't do that. Or Barney Fife, nip it in the bud, Andy. We got to nip it in the bud. So keep your razors away from the faucet. You're going to save on chipping. You're going to save on rusting. You prevent a problem before it ever begins to occur. You can let it sit out and air dry. That's fine. That's personal preference. Necessary? I don't know. I don't have the space and the luxury to let something sit out and air dry for 24 hours. It's got to, when I'm ready to put it away, it has got to be ready to be put away. And oil has always been, baby oil has always been the answer to that problem for me. So thank you for listening to me rant a little bit. That's always been a rant of mine. Why are you putting it under the water? Keep it away from the water. We'll see you next time.